This is Sensei Buck Snyder. I'm a martial artist, nature lover, and total nerd. Come have fun with Sensei in the Wild.
Okay guys, we're here with another video, and today's an exciting video because today is going to be the first mammal I've actually had on the channel. And it's a very special mammal. If you look over in this bucket, I have got a baby opossum. And this one is probably just a few months old. It's old enough that it's left its mother, and it was out on its own, and it actually came up into my friend's house. So we caught him and we got him in this bucket, and as soon as we get done with this video, we're going to go turn him free in a safe place. But, alright, let's talk about the opossum real quick. First of all, it is called opossum, with an O at the beginning, not just possum. Possum is another breed of this animal that lives in other parts of the world. In our part of the world, in America, North America, Central America, and South America, it's opossum at the beginning, pronounced opossum. And this little guy is the only marsupial in the Americas, which means marsupials are the ones that have pouches on their stomach. The mothers carry the babies inside the pouch until they get old enough to emerge and go out on their own. And kangaroos have that. They're famous marsupials. And just like baby kangaroos, a baby opossum is called a joey. So this one is not a baby, but I'd still say it's a joey at this point because he's not full grown. Now, a full-grown opossum can get about the size of a house cat. And in the wild, they don't live very long, unfortunately. They only have a lifespan about 1 to 2 years. In captivity, if somebody catches one and raises it, they can live to about 4 years. And they're nocturnal. They hunt at night. They typically try to be arboreal, which means they try to live up in the trees. They come down. They're pretty good scavengers. So they'll eat anything they can find. They're big on eating carcasses. They'll eat the bones and bodies of dead rats, dead birds, whatever small mammals they can find, they'll eat them. They also eat worms and other things that people call them trash cats or trash pandas because they do get into trash cans and eat whatever garbage they can find. There's a lot of cool things about the opossum. It's got an immune system that makes it immune to the venom of snakes. So pit vipers and other venomous snakes can't affect these guys, and they eat them all the time because they're immune to the venom. Also, they like to live in the holes in the ground. They like to bury themselves or spend their time hidden during the day so they can come out and be active at night. And if you look at the tail, they can use the little tail as like an arm. And it can grab onto branches, it can grab onto things and hold on to it while it's trying to move around in the trees. It's a very helpful little tool for the possums. And one thing that it does that's a really unique thing, and people have heard this before, is playing possum. And what happens is if a possum feels threatened, it'll have an involuntary reaction where it basically passes out. And the pass out is so severe, the possum looks like it's dead. It actually falls over, the body stiffens up, the mouth opens up, the eyes are half open, it foams up at the mouth, and it can stay this way up to 4 hours. And then eventually the possum will kind of snap out of it and wake up. And one other thing is, it secretes a smell that makes it smell like it's actually dead. So a predator could come up to it, think it's a dead, rotten thing, and leave it alone and not eat it. But it's completely involuntary. They don't choose to do it. It's like those fainting goats. If they get in a scared situation. Now the thing is, the babies don't do it. It's only the full-grown ones that do it. And it's not all the time. It's just whenever the reaction takes them and it happens. So one thing too is these guys' body temperature is extremely low, which means 99% of the time they're immune to rabies. So they can't contract rabies or spread rabies because of the temperature of their body. Also, an interesting fact is that while they're out living in the wild, they'll eat ticks off their own bodies, the ticks, the parasites. And so it's estimated that one possum will eat as many as 5,000 ticks in 1 year. So they're very helpful little animals. A lot of times they've moved into urban areas because their natural habitats have been destroyed. People see them on fences and things at night. And truly, they're very lethargic, slow little animals, and they're not dangerous. The only time they'll ever try to do anything is if they feel threatened, where you corner them, and then they have no other reaction but to try to defend themselves. Otherwise, their natural reaction is always to run. And if they get scared, they'll try to hiss at you to warn you to stay away, because they'll bite if they have to, but that's always a last resort for these little guys. So my big advice is please, 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 if you see this little thing, leave him alone. If you see him in a dangerous situation, you can actually relocate him to another area, which is what I'm going to do with this one, just so they can live. And so, very neat little thing. I'm so glad we got to catch this one. This was the first mammal we got to have on the channel. We're going to take him outside right now and turn him free in a safe area.